We are back here at Valorant Americas, and it is now time to see what Loud can do on Bind. They were not able to grab their map of Haven, but Bind comes through now as Crew's pick, and they have another chance to keep this series going. But are they ready for this look from Crew that Adam was talking about? What is this look?
Yeah, definitely. If we're gonna wait and see, looks like it was as expected. Putting Raze, or Kesset back on Raze, is actually a great idea. And also going for the double duelist look, as Mimi has mentioned in the rest of the desk, that they've been finding a lot of success going into this double duelist role. The thing is for Loud as well, when the coach was talking about these defensive sides where they weren't able to rotate as quickly and whatnot too, you have to look at their composition as well. Nothing changes on that side, and it's very difficult for you to rotate as quickly as you want to or try to do as good traps because you're playing a Raze, you're playing solo duelists. Thankfully, you have the portals to help you out. But there's not really anything that goes into synergy for you to try to go for these real trap plays. So you kind of have to be good on stalls. You kind of have to be good on the rotates and the reads of where the opponents could be coming from.
Shy having a great pistol round. Just about both of those halves of the side of Haven. See if he can keep his prowess up with the Ghost coming into this. We have just a few more seconds as the teams ready themselves. Seeing Kesnet back on the Raze, though, I'm sure he's got to be comfortable. He looked more comfortable entering the sites as well on the last map instead of being one who needed to stay behind and just throw out some flashes. Here we are. Let's get into it. We are on Bind with Loud versus Crew.
You're also stepping away here from using a Sky. Mazino's the one playing on a Fade, so think about those delays, those executions, those trap plays that they could do themselves. Start pulling out a little bit of a look from 100 Thieves. Already taking map control towards this A side.
Creeping in. Loud realizes it. They say give Crew as much space as possible. We set a trap at the back half of the site. And it's making it tough for Crew. You really don't want to do too much until you know that that portion of the site is clear, so they have to push forward. They have to push into Loud, and it is not working out for Crew. Loud grabbed the pistol round.
Great start coming out here from the side of Crew, and you kind of needed Dante to be with the rest of the group if you actually even had any flashes to work with, if they're going to try to overextend behind a triple box and try to fight the way that they wanted to right here. Because look, Kesset moves in alone. There's a little bit of damage done. That's just unlucky on the side here of Crew that they couldn't capitalize on the immediate trade. But Loud had so many players in the back of that site where they could instantly trade if they want to. So that they did, and they're able to complete their pistol round, and Crew has to go into the min-max trying to go for orb control. Lots of util being thrown here towards the side of Showers. Small delays coming out from Howard-Zine. But they'll forfeit that spot here to allow Mazzino to pick up the orb.
Trading places, back in, out. Just making sure they get into line here, waiting for the movement up from Shy to get a position or hear something, but they cut audio, Loud, or Crew does, before they make this hit. Still Loud in a great position. I don't think they're going to move until they really see the hit.
For them too, they could just play the same thing. They don't have the Mosh anymore here to deny plant, but at least they have snake bites. They still have the paint shells in the back of that A side, so keep running that clock down. You see as well the forward position from Robbie BK all the way out towards that bottom of that long B. So if there's going to be a late TP coming in towards that B side, he has the full backstab.
Ooh, they hatched that nade inside Showers. It was right underneath them. And yeah, jumping out's not going to be a great choice. Loud reading this play almost perfectly. And Kesnet's going to have to throw everything in the kitchen sink to get into sight and get that spike back.
It's down out in the open. The more time you waste here, I mean, there's 15 seconds left, and there you go. Not doable. Pencata with the last 2 picks. And you talk about like this timing. How the hell did they know to throw those nades inside of Showers? Again, it's that forward positioning and push coming down from Robbie BK. He takes full control of information down towards Long B. He already made it towards Sands and met 0 opposition. So at that point, you were expecting a 30, 45 second hit on a split towards that A site. So Verdi just goes for the nade behind the Viper wall too. I mean, what could you do there?
Jeez.
Just meet your demise. So great read, adaptation as well coming in from the side of Loud on that defense. And that's potentially the protocols that Loud was talking about going into this map, being a little bit more cleaner on the reads that you have in your defensive side. That's 4 players reading into this push.
Protection's there. They can still retaliate. I think they expect Robbie to be pushing out, and he actually does straight down to help. Flashing to make sure nobody was quickly peeking out of hookah so they can retake with Cowanzine here. And they have that refresh with Dizzy too. So those flashes can be used to take a little bit of space back and make sure they can get back to a defensive position here.
Stay as a group. Robbie cannot get healed up, so they want to make sure they can play trades.
Oh.
Fully smoked.
They hear that movement away for a moment as well. And that smoke really cleans up the site take for KRU here. Beautifully done to deny a bit. Wingman's gonna let him know, yep, they are correct about the site being taken, and this is a full rotation. Do they know Robbie BK is gonna have this timing? It looks like Melzer is ready.
He's going to join up with the rest of the team inside the site now.
Right, he peeled off of that. Now they go towards elbow, taking a very aggressive position.
Big damage onto Dante, sorry, as that Dizzy's still available for them to flood retake.
Pushing forward to take down Luke Show. Wouldn't be too much on the retake, but still a helpful hand, and they're not even gonna have a chance. The wraparound from KRU is enough to decimate the rest of the members of Loud, and they grab their first round.
And when they've already met the 2 players out towards that long B side, because Cowanzine, I think, was the one that got that pick with that Bulldog, so you did know and identify that Cowanzine and Robbie BK were still somewhere inside hookah, working together inside the window to push back at least for something for the retake. So the decision to have those 2 players push back towards that spawn. Dante with a flash, double swing.
Yeah.
Rotate over from Lucio, gets fully blinded. He couldn't really help out or get anything done to try to win a duel down towards that spawn side. So KRU flips the map on the post plant. They're able to convert here the rifle round. Loud did do some decent damage though. Look at the money left for KRU.
Yeah.
They lose this round here. It's not much to work with in the next. Talk about how good Loud's been, at least in these rounds where they have even footing, rifles to rifles. They have a chance now to close out another round on defense. Big delays through.
Get out of here.
Man, and Loud using all this info, right? You got Boombot going out of showers, which can also be Dizzy or Wingman, Trailblazer, Sky. They are trying to figure out where KRU is early and able to get that first blood, but in how Vans, it's about the conversion if they can get that.
He will.
Okay, Robbie BK trades, but it's a one and done. The team is there to help to anchor though. Great molly for denial of plant right away. 40 seconds left on the round, so there's quite a bit here.
Forward spike.
Straight push forward. They thought there was going to be a big lurk again. That's where Loud was coming from last time. They had fewer in spawn, a lot on the lurk, but it was a bit of a switch up.
Yeah, interesting call here from the side here of the attack side of KRU. It worked out when they had the spike plant at least, and you already had information where their players were at. But I think that's why, with that push, with that kill that Verdi had so aggressively down towards carpet at short A.
Come on, we know they're peeking. We know they're peeking. Keep peeking, buddy.
He probably knew here that Dante was going to keep flanking towards that back. Sorry, Verdi's going to keep flanking towards the back. He keeps holding strong towards the short side. Boombot to get information. Showstopper at the ready if needed on both sides.
Grenade.
Going for it. Pankata denying a little bit with smokes, but it's going to be the kill for Kesnet, and it is actually huge to give them more space to stop the denial that would come in from the molly and the rest of what Pankata has. But again, they only have half of the site. This horizontal cut needs to be dealt with. And there's a shot from Kesnet. There's a shot from Melzer that bring him right back into this one with just 2 left from Loud.
Okay. Already did some damage there. Avoids the paint shells as well. Showstopper again, still available on the defensive side. Kesnet used his towards U-Haul.
Trying to draw a fight. Saying, peek me, where could you be? And they're going to use the Nightfall in this as well. Just to bring some assurance to the round. The last kill from Shy there with the Stinger. They get the upgrade, and KRU look to even it up if they can grab one more.
That's great util cut out from KRU. You saw Kesnet satchel the same pathing as Asuna does on top of APC, but commits it to a forward push because the snakebite actually went to cover the back of the site. Kill some people while you're vulnerable. Easy kill there onto Pankata. I mean, easy. He makes it at 14 HP and 8 HP left, still gets a kill on Robbie BK. That was the big opener here that allowed KRU to get the round. Although there was such a nice double flash that came through on the defensive side from Loud, yet you got some blind kills, a lot coming on the side of KRU that allows for them to convert the low buy. And that puts Loud onto an eco.
Yeah, they're just playing which site to lean at right now. Where can they put the most bodies? You see them in spawn, back and forth, deciding where they can just dump some util and see if they can strip some of these guns from KRU, make them spend a little bit more. We're only 6 rounds in, so you could definitely start to do the damage now and see the result later. They have to start now.
The dog finished inside the smoke, and they're like, oh, there's nobody. Let's just rotate back towards the A side. Although it's a good read, the over-rotate on the side of Loud has the perfect number of players inside the A side to fight with these Sheriffs and Stingers.
Oh, they cook lamps. It should be everybody safe getting out. But the hand of Loud being forced does push him out of the woodwork for the first frag there in favor of KRU. Oh, Melzer dancing, jazz hands. The team has to come forward to protect, and it's not going to be enough. Cowanzine too. That's Verdi with the ultimate, and they push forward. Wait a minute, Dante missing a few there, and Cowanzine's able to calibrate. Another shot of 4K.
Cowanzine coming in as this Gecko. Another round where you get first blood or good value into your fights, into the stack and the ults. Pay dividends on your side. KRU on the previous round with a showstopper from Kesset. This time, the Thrash on top of a showstopper from the side of Verdi. Doesn't allow KRU to really cross that line of scrimmage from that Viper wall in the first place. And yeah, he's like, hey, I could do it. I still got it. I still got it.
2 collats? What is that, a Raxus Sheriff or something today? Might have to switch my skin. That's crazy. That's going to prompt a timeout.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably a big swing round coming out from KRU. The timeout where, before we even get inside the server, there's 3 of them that already went for an instant purchase, while 2 of them are still broke. That's Dante and Melzer that don't have too much to work with, although they have 2 big ults. So maybe they still want to do some sort of investment there, or go for this type of like lower buy and leveraging the dimensional drift for information. This is probably a good call on the side of Adam. It also stops the momentum that Loud just picked up by that 4K from Cowanzine. Realizing that every time KRU is trying to be explosive and trying to get into this A site, there's just so many players in the back by triples, so them crossfires. They found good success from the snake bites in the back of the APC for Kesnet to open things up.
Yeah.
But when you are actually set up as well with more players for crossfires for Loud, they're doing a great job holding out the defensive side of the A site.
Using the info really well that they have. I mean, they have a plethora of it.
Yeah, and look at it. So after this timeout, you will invest everything that you can going into this round. So Dimensional Drift to find info. Stinger is the lowest weapon you have from Melzer. Rifles for the rest. Good util. Jenner push though.
Pancata and Verdi, everybody on Loud ready for that fight towards long. And they push in strong, but Melzer has just booked it through Hookah to get himself into the fight now, and he's going to go all the way through to the other side.
Turn around, look, show. You heard the TP.
He's wondering.
He heard the TP.
He's making sure. He's making sure. No, yeah, he should be running over towards that side.
Yeah, Brimstone threw his boots in there or something to sell a fake? No.
Is a molly there? No, it is not. So he has to stay in position to figure out where Luke Show is going to be coming from. And Luke Show does not shy away from these moments. We've been praising how well he's able to play in it, and there it is again. The rookie comes up with another 1v1 for the team.
24 HP remaining on top of that, and veterancy from Melzer. Again, getting that plant and just trying to find the best position as possible. The big pathing that he used just to try to get back into an open space towards that spawn was, unfortunately, probably not the best pathing you wanted to take. Hesitating on where Luke Show could be coming from.
Okay. Little handshakes. They're ready. Coordination is on for Loud right now, and Luke Show in that 1v1. Verdi brings out the raise up.
And that's why I was saying that this was an important round for KRU in that previous round. Investing into Dimensional Drift, 0 value. Now you have to go into a Stinger buy. A pit already crossing out one of the lanes of Bind. Flash gets full contact here. That's going to keep Loud at the ready. And they have Orbital Strike on the defense.
Yeah, they put the pit down over towards A. And they say, yeah, if you just want to watch showers, we're good. 3 stand ready in the site, continually denying with smoke, having the ability to clear one after the other with this util and just stall out crew.
Launching smoke.
Good
Ready?
news for the side of Loud is that they don't have any type of util, again, that we're talking about to get a seize or anything to trap players and get value off the orbital strike. So now you pull out 4 TPs across and even a decoy to go through the fake 5 players. So
Yeah.
the insert's going to be on Dante, but he's only got a stinger to work with. He hasn't even gone in.
Around the world.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. Because
Oh
now you're
my.
looking at, what, 10 seconds, 12 seconds for everybody to group up, fully hit towards this B site. Orbital strike's going to delay things. Even if you try to pit inside your hit of the B site.
Well, they have a bit of the site to themselves. No. Kawanzin starts to enter back in. That's going to be Robbie taking back elbow control here, so they will be ready. This wasn't something Dante had already prepped for the team. They were waiting for everyone to get in. And this is the slowdown now. A breath to be taken, but only 10 more seconds. Spams come through, Seekers go out. Everybody's about to unload. The full arsenal coming through here, and it looks like Crew is not getting the time that they need to set up. The spike does go down, but they're just stuck in the pit now.
This is so winnable now for Crew. We use those ults a little bit too early. Thankfully, there's still a flash available, but Robbie still falls.
Okay. I thought if they took down Dante, they have the site to walk into, but it's not the case. Dante cleans it up. Guardian shots from that long B area, and Loud is left wondering.
Exactly. You're looking at how the position is for Loud. I just literally talked about the time remaining. The orbital strike at this spot right here, it doesn't give any help for Robbie BK towards the elbow to try to go for the crossfire setup for the ones flooding out from the window. And those flooding out from Hookah got the opener for the site, allowing that pit to go down. And then you have no ults left for the retake to counter inside the pit. That's a fumble.
Crew running away with the rounds to get themselves back to a tied game. We saw what happened on that first map. Straight into the site goes Kesnet. They're gonna lose a few to Kawanzin's. Bucky though, as the rocket misses, still cleaned up by Kesnet. They're gonna take the site and get the plant.
That's how you can find some redemption on the side of Loud. 2 kills with the Bucky. Player advantage on the side of Loud. Still a bit of util to work with.
Just peeking. Dante able to clean these ones up as they're going to get the last few kills. It doesn't look like Loud should be able to get in. As we question that, no, the final one that they really need. Oh my gosh, Vance, no, it can't, okay. Dante, a 4K, but still, that should have then been Loud's. Crew had no right losing that, but then Loud should have won it, and Crew still takes it. This is a teeter-totter of a game, back and forth in these rounds. You don't know who's gonna take it.
Now you're starting to see the value of what Dante brings here for the side of Crew.
Yeah.
Why he was picked up into this roster and why they had to go for that change into Stage 2, trying to qualify back into Champions. But in big numbers on our first map, and now multi-kills after multi-kills for Crew.
Who's next?
Rookies right now going onto this map, they're insane.
It's true. Dante, the first one in. Kesnet ulted in last time, now Dante ults in, but it's a ruse. He sells the fake to the right side, gets back to the team with the drone still drawing attention to the members of Loud and B, and they're calling for A. Luke Show able to start off with a beautiful high shot onto Kesnet, and this is going towards A now. Do they teleport? It looks like they're actually leaning towards that left side and see if they might want a mid-round change again.
Looks like Robbie just went for a flash without really having players swing out of that. Now Pancata solo inside Hookah.
Fan silly. Not like this. What are these rounds? Pancata gets 2 here on the switch.
Wait, you forgot the spike.
It'll be 3, and it's gonna be Birdie to get that one.
What we're gonna do is Stimmy, leave the spike behind. We talked about a muddy game on the desk here in that previous round, and now it's definitely starting to get really muddy here in the final rounds of the first half. But hey, we'll take it. I was expecting this type of matchup anyways between these two teams. Their double swing actually was quite clean from Loud towards the end. Not letting themselves get flushed on that round that they could have swinged in their favor earlier on with those 2 ults available on that B side. They're able to maintain their lead against KRU so far. KRU's looking for the reset. Another one of those scenarios where the lowest weapon that you have is a Stinger, round rifles, and you have 2 big ults to work with. I'm gonna be surprised here from the attack side with the lean that you currently have from both Mazzino and Melzer towards this A side that you go for that C's orbital strike maybe for your late hits, but it'll have to start with those 2 players on this B side to see what they could find.
Shower area has been an agreement to if you fight, we fight. We see another peek out by Loud. This is huge though. Kesnet creeping in. The crossfire, it's gonna be a shoulder. Gets angled there by Robbie BK, and now this push in. Verdi sees one, and they should have a good read. This is just a default by Loud.
It's a triple walk down from Loud. Didn't want to play that player advantage 2. Wanted to just commit into gaining that space. There's still an insert at the top of long B though on the side of Shy.
Launching smoke. Molly.
So we're setting up here for a haunt to be thrown. Gets shot off right away. Verdi with an early showstopper too, so the push down the market.
Spike down A.
Okay, Dante cleans it up. These plays that we're seeing, hold thought for a moment as Luke shows just going to play hide and seek here with Dante real fast, find the spike.
Pulling our knives out here and run around the map.
Those are both great examples of what's happening to both teams. Is everybody's so sure they've confused the hell out of their opponent that they have some free space, but really they're unsure of that space, still running into it with knives out without the utility they would usually be textbook using to take a space, and it is just everyone walking into the clothesline.
But the Kesnet literally walked into the hookah. Was crossfire set up.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he has information that there's 2 players there.
Exactly.
When Shy walks into the B site and says, okay, I have B site under control, there's still players in hookah. You gotta get ready for potentially a push on that side. This is so free for Robbie.
Jeez.
And that's where it gets difficult too, going back to the basics of this map, the fundies where, you know, the change and the shift of what you're trying to pull in your compositions, not having a sentinel in your composition anymore. You have to be aware of these type of pushes on gaps that you throw on your default positioning on the attack.
Oh, Robbie. This is a very forgotten position, and he's hiding behind his own smoke, or the smoke, I should say, as Robbie cleans up 3. Oh no, he almost got the knife. That's the second time he's tried. How are these situations even happening so often?
Oh man, what am I watching?
By the way, that's first half, 8-4. That's going to be the first half, right there.
And this is not uncommon, though. I think the position you play around that smoke has to be looked out for. There's been players doing that before, too. We've seen this in international events as well. Yet Robbie, 3 kills once again. This guy is so sneaky for the side of Loud. Good IGL calling, good reads. They talked about it on the defensive side of how they could understand that, and they definitely did here on the side of Loud before buying to kick things off.
My God, he is loving this right now, and Loud probably very happy they're up 8-4 here. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back for the results of this second map. Knives out as we charge into the second half of Bind. It is going to be Loud on attack, Crew on defense. As we see what they can start to put up here. We did. The Crew team and Crew got that change into Kesnet, what they asked for, but they're still not getting the results as Loud seems to have that momentum in the read so far.
Crew disrespecting the Viper smoke. Triple walk down. Luke Show again. This time Dante's not able to find that quick opener. And the carry here that he's been for the side of Crew at the beginning. Silver lining is that they're able to pick up the orb, and that's going to be in the hands of Kesnet as they forfeit back into the B site and forced to play a 3-1, leaving really Mazzino alone. Crew, on the other hand, though, went for full ghosts. So they could trade out exactly like that.
They still want hookah control. Luke Show's trying to push up towards that other side. They give themselves a little bit of coverage as Dizzy hits. They can get a good entry onto the site, but they are slowed slightly. Shots not hitting for Crew as Pencada is able to find his mark. This is going to be a pretty easy plant with Mazzino just finding his way into the battle.
Despite that, you're planting safe inside the tin. The crossfire setup's there. Nothing here Mazzino could do, and I was actually intrigued in terms of how we leveraged the util on the side of Loud. For Robbie BK, he went for the full Sky utility. So he has double flash, the dog, used all of that to really try to fight out for Showers control, but all of that to sell that fake. And I think just by doing that in itself, that allowed here, or forced thinking that Crew had the timing to push down towards B. Lucio just watches the angle, gets that pick. And they still have a Dizzy to work with to re-hit the B side, so they still have some sort of a flash for them to entry. So nice little look in the piss round for Loud.
Did I get one? Did I get one? We're still running across.
3 guys shooting with the Bulldog, and it's just what? The sheriff that goes through to get the pick.
Yeah. 2 defenders down now for Crew. They wall up and TP back over just to continue that defense in the same spot here and at least force Loud away from this position. Shy creeps up into the spam range and goes down as well.
Yeah, I thought it was just wall up and TP so we could just go into the next round, but we're just waiting for the inevitable now. 2 players walking up. Maybe they can do some damage here as Mazzino's trying to close that gap for short, but now that the rest of the group has met up here for the side of Loud, an easy 2 picks, a flawless on that round. And Loud's been looking pretty strong here. So at this rate, it looks like we're going to be trading maps between these 2 teams.
Like, I bet you some are still there.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, bro. Just shoot him back, bro. Just shoot this back, bro.
Robbie's a vibe. Robbie's definitely a vibe.
I love how he's making different noises every play, yelling out. He's also got a sick mouse 360 flip he does. It's crazy. All right, into the site. Right to the default plant spot, but Mazzino's ready. They're actually expecting Crew to not be here for this, and maybe towards the other sides, maybe some shower control was so much, but no, Crew has the whole family there.
And Verdi satcheling in, and felt like there wasn't enough util to really allow for him to get value out of the gap or the space that he's taking on these satchels. Out in the open here, there's no flash coming from the back. And everybody's just swinging 1 by 1 right after that, unfortunately. So if anything, it's a util on that side from Crew as well. The poison orb forced players to get decayed as they go through that orb. That's a solid hold that we just witnessed here from the side of Crew on the defense. A bonus round that had 0 value on the side of Loud, but thankfully they still have a full gun round to work with. A little bit of ore deniability, or denial, sorry, attempted on the side of Loud. It works out. The TP goes back from Dante, and that orb is still up for grabs. Looks like Kesnet doesn't really want to re-swing out to pick up that orb, so successful mission to start things off for Loud side.
Dante very low, still going for an attempt here. You gotta love that confidence.
He TPs away, and that's 2 players left towards the A site. The call from Robbie PK now is gonna be for Loud to hit and split towards A.
Yeah. Looking for plant denial right away. That should be able to take down Wingman. Oh no, he hits it. Not actually going to hit.
Grenade!
Can't find out where the next person is. They're all hiding lamps. Mazzino does, though. Luke Show's going to answer onto 2 fast kills as they come through, and Loud continue to control the site. The crossfires are set up now. This looks almost impossible for KRU.
What a big round there for Luke Show. But Kenzin trying to save the round, salvage Luke Show. Another ace in the making.
Guy by power ace coming in from Luke Show. Unlocking another ace for the community. Beautifully done there with each one. A PC getting given out for the first one of the week, I believe. And then after that, you're getting the Riot gift card as well as the iBuyPower reward. So make sure you're following on socials. Hashtag unlock your ace, because Luke Show, he's going to be trying to give out more PCs this season.
The fact that he actually ate a lot of the damage from the paint shells inside U-Haul, was confident that he wasn't going to get taken down. He's going to lose a lot of HP in that process, but still stands his ground in that spot and gets 2 kills. And that starts snowballing into that ace that we just witnessed.
Need to call a timeout on that, though.
Yeah,
Stop the pressure. The heat coming from Loud right now into the second half has been so strong. And they've really just cleaned up a bit of what they've been doing, getting the protocol onto their side. Because both teams have had a scrappy match right now. So even just that little bit of fix in the way you're moving around is going to put you on top.
Also, you're trailing behind by 6 rounds for the side of KRU.
Yeah.
Need to muster up something here, because you'll soon see we're going and gambling into the bye. Don't want to force this into the overtime, and Melzer will only have a Bucky to work with, as you can see actually at the bottom of your screen. So that said, a couple of them are still pretty close to the ult, and that's the value here and how it was good for Loud to contest against the orb control that Kenseth was trying to take towards top B. Because even if he gets an orb now, he's not going to be able to get the showstopper. But at least Mazzino's there to try to get the Nightfall out. So coming out of this timeout, Loud still wants to take full pressure and fight back against the orb control on both sides. Look at Verdi playing solo over towards the A site with the Boombot. Takes control of that side. On the other end, flash through the smoke, controlled along B side. And now there's no orb control on the side of KRU. What a huge play to kick things off for Loud.
Playing nicely on the extremities to cover everything. No ground being gained just yet by Verdi, but they're still going to support to continue to take showers. They say, Cowan Z, we can get you Thrash here. And this is going to be a full site clear by the Thrash. Probably pull back as well for a second use once the spike is planted. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. KRU hitting some shots through the smoke now. This is what Loud was getting the benefit of before, and it slows down Loud this time around. Okay, whatever.
Return the favor. And now this is a real insert that you currently have here from Luke Show. Already made his way outside of hookah, although elbow is not really cleared yet, so he's not overextending into the spawn. And look, Loud are actually keeping their guns out. This is great. They're rotated back on that side.
30 seconds left.
They don't have really a Dizzy to try to clear out spots, but at least they stay and hold their ground. And since all this time Luke Show hasn't really been contested yet, it should be an idea that the site's clear and for them to be able to plant for this round 17.
Oh, trails inside the pit now. Prowler's going to be hungry. It's going to want to find something, but Cowanzine steps out to make sure he has an open line on Mazzino there. Shy still using a bit of this, and now the trails fade, and he has no idea where they could be.
Trying to dance around the pit too, but it's being watched here towards the edge.
That tick.
Impossible task now for Shy.
Oh. Hello. Oh my God! What, you gotta be kidding me! Who else but Shy to come up with the shot, flick towards a Tracer, and find his final kill? Dude, absolutely incredible.
One bullet inside the pit as it's the king walking through.
That is a Red Bull clutch of all time. Oh my gosh.
Last player standing.
The flick on the first one.
Oh, he didn't even get a shot at a Tracer.
No, exactly.
He tried. For some reason, I thought there was a shot that came at him. Oh my gosh. Mind blown. Luke Show's like, how else do I play this?
I mean, everybody was like that too when Shy hit that shot. Just tried to go for a lucky shot here, thinking that both players are going to play the buddy system inside of that pit. That said, though, looks like Loud doesn't want to give a chance here for KRU to gain that momentum. Already trying to dictate the tempo at the beginning. Satchels into Hookah to create some sort of presence. Although, when you're looking at it, it looks like a big gamble because they haven't really inserted anybody around the map. It's just going to be a 5-man death ball. Rushed up towards this A side. No ults to open it up.
All right. Verdi goes actually for the pocket here because they're going to try to protect the wingman as it goes down, not try to get across. Dante? 3 with a bulldog on them entering the site is kind of incredible. And now he's going to have the ultimate to continue to finish the round and keep KRU going, keep Loud off game point.
Gets information on the first. I don't know if Shy slipped through, or Luke so rather. Yeah, he did!
Almost a clap, but they don't get the cleanup there on the favor of Loud side. And now Pencata, a very tall task ahead of him. He's heard running around. Mazzino, KRU, feeling very good about how they're able to collapse down on Loud for that round.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand what really happened when that would allow Dante to be out in the open with a bulldog and get so much value.
Yeah.
Wingman went first. Got some info out of that. Oh, we're not even looking.
Oh.
We're not even looking. There's no flashes either. There's really no util to support. Dizzy was already used in the very beginning where he got no value, so that was just a little, let me step outside of the smoke, outside of the Dizzy, try to time that out, and he gets a 3K out of that.
That's why I was a little interested. The first tuck from Verdi was into the pocket. Without any shower control, that right side of the site just becomes so scary. And yeah, Dante was not worried about wingman planting. Just the 3 heads that popped up on his screen.
That's 2 rounds here. The first one, I mean, you're going to have to say, okay, whatever. It's Valorant. Shy got a 1 versus 2. Lucky bullet in our head. And then we lose a round. It is what it is. But that previous round, as much as I was joking around that they were clearing out angles by holding up their weapons when they were rotating back towards that B site when they lost that round to Shy, they actually didn't really clear the corners on the execution going into the A site. Or if not really have a buddy system to be able to trade out on that spot. Verdi was a little bit late to swing out after Kawazin fell. Then the third player swung after, and Dante got the easy pick. So you got to clean things up right now in your side execs for the side of Loud. Doesn't really look like they want to try to go for any type of big plays with the orbital strike available with their lower buy. They're just buying for the next round. So it's 2 singers now for Kawazin and Verdi. Fast control attempt done towards Hookah.
All right. They're trying to go for free orbs. We see on the side of KRU as Loud is, like you said, deathballing here towards Hookah. Draws a bit of attention and draws too much attention, if you ask me. Verdi goes down there.
Even good there for Shy to pull that wall down. Had to be a call to allow here Kesnet to get that pick off the Outlaw. Already rotating back towards the A site. It's a fake wingman to go towards the A site. Doesn't do the same noise.
Yeah, it's true.
So he's rotating with the rest of the team to hit towards this B site, but nobody really peeked out in that spot. Dante gets the opener.
Spam down. They have to jump out of the smoke, right? Force themselves into the site. Pencata has ult here, but it would be risky to use if they don't know where the rest of the members are. Could be for a big delay, though. Oh, holds it out. Wants that timing. Kawazin can't really offer too much other than the crossfire coming out. He's gonna tuck him, and it's not gonna be enough. Mazzino keeps the sidestep rolling and drops him for the round win.
That was so close. It almost felt like Kawazin had to let himself get pinged by the Haunt so they could all swing towards him. But just to miss timing on maybe the radius of the orbital strike being a little bit too deep. Where Pencata, unfortunately, couldn't mow down the 3 players in the end. It was close. You got great value out of this buy to look at that. Oh, you're just so close there on the side of Mazzino to get some damage done.
These are coming down to the wire on these rounds, and it's always some extravagant play to make it come through because of the chaos that's happening.
Yeah, and remember, though, it was 2 stingers and just an orbital strike that did so much damage against KRU.
Yeah.
So good on Loud. Look at the money left on the side of KRU this time around. Actually, on both sides. This is probably have to be the round that would dictate the victory for Loud or potentially the comeback from Crew.
Shy Guy drops his opponent. Oh, it's already going to be inhabited now by Robbie. He's going to be decaying quite fast. I think he chills on this one now since he didn't get the fight right away. And they also have a lurk up towards mid here. Loud, a lot of prongs on this attack right now.
Robbie's just going to keep holding the angle. He's just hoping somebody's going to walk through and try to re-clear. Especially now that Lucio has fallen here towards that A side.
All right. He decides the movement wasn't there. He's going to get his health back and go right back to it, though.
I mean, he's got a dog as well. He's going to walk back instead of giving his position away.
Oh! Robbie BK inside the head of Shy for that play. Understanding the drone is the one walking forward here. Just absolutely on point from the IGL position as he pushes elbow. Dante, they've both been hot here. He actually triggers the ultimate from Grim on that one as well.
Seekers.
He's pulling so much out of Crew.
Seekers information, all three players. They still have a Thrash to work with for the post plant. Loud has the advantage now in the post plant.
Ooh, still alive. Trying to play the box left and right. The 3K for Robbie as the team in Hookah's having trouble stopping the entry of Crew here. Robbie's just hiding, cut in the corner. Last moment play is all he needs to get, all he wants to get here. There's one, there's two, the ace for Robbie B. King.
Two aces on the side of Loud. And Robbie BK just ran around the map of that B site and just found timing after timing. Shy got surprised out of that flash peek. And look at those clean shots.
Dang. And how there was twice there. He's playing in the mind of his opponents. They think he's outside. He's still in the site, still lurking around. Flash Shy in the face, took him out. That was a flow state round for Robbie.
We talked about the econ remaining there. Meanwhile, hashtag unlock a race, you know, yada yada. Social media stuff. Back into this round though, because it's getting quite intense for the side of Crew. 2 orbs available for Kesnit to try to get the showstopper, but they do have a Nightfall to work with. Stacking a 4-on-1 scenario on that side. Big stack coming through.
All right. They're trying to play fast. They're trying to play loose right now with these ults into the site to see what it can open up. And now Pancada, in a bit of a sticky situation, can also play the audio and let the team know the rotation might be the play.
Kesnit just dropped his weapon on the floor here so he can pick up another one, and that allows Dante to get a pick on top of that. Gonna have to give credit to Kesnit's selfless play for that one as well. They have clear advantage. Shy inside the B site.
Whoa, Shy's trying to be as quiet as possible. They haven't even checked yet. Can't get the upgrade for the moment, but he needs the rest of the team here. It is just Mazzino, but it's going to be enough. Now Robbie.
One swing.
Looking for a repeat. Almost pressured into it. But Shy and Mazzino have it on lock, and they're going to go ahead and get the defuse. Loud stays on game point, but Crew creeps up to 9.
You got to commend Mazzino, stay alive at that point. The push that they had towards Showers and getting no counter push out from Loud just allows for them to look back inside that second for Mazzino to get the pick as Verdi lands from the showstopper. Gets the instant trade, gets value off the information that he gets. And you need a hero plays once again from Shy. I mean, he's clutched it before. He fell inside the pit, but finds redemption with the patience that he displays inside that B site. Lau was expecting a stack towards the A site as the B site was so quiet. Shy got the backstab kill off the Stinger. Now Crew are at 9. Forcing now Loud back into an eco. This time around though, no ults available on the side of the attack. So this gives a little bit of a hope for the side of the defense to close that gap and try to fight for the overtime.
Oh. The smoke clearing just in time for all three to have that peek onto Mazzino. They're gonna run these Stingers, these Sheriffs with that Phantom real quick into sight. Oh my gosh, the wall drop just catches Melzer right off guard.
I mean, everybody's just getting instant shots right now. Walls up and down. Everybody's just clean on reaction times.
3 more, and we have a new map, Vans. So 3 more, and we go to Ascent if Loud can drop these 3 members of crew. Coming in. Oh my gosh, Shy gets 1 though. Evens it up. Still the stinger for Cowanzine. Luke Show on the Spectre. Is it going to be enough for them to look forward to the next map here? This one has been tough, but they find the grind. They find the win. 13-9 is Loud will bring us to Ascent.